Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay again. And this is video number 7 of our video series where we are going over two most important concepts of SQL, store procedures and join. Right. In this video, we are going to discuss a very common scenario that is used in almost every e-commerce application. In fact, e-commerce application cannot stand without this functionality, right? And that is product search. So let me explain you what we are trying to do over here, right? So if I go on Amazon, right, if you see we have the search box on the top. If we search with anything, right, let's say I'll say bottle, right, then we get the product list that has bottle in it, right? Let me go to Flipkart again. So Flipkart also has the similar kind of text box, and we can search product based on the whatever product name or anything that we are writing over here, right? So over here we have search monitor, so we can see monitor. On Amazon we have search the bottle, we can see bottles. On Amazon we also have one more thing, something called product category, right? So we can select a particular product category. Let me select books, right? And I'll just say search. Maybe bottle is not required over here. Let me just search books, right? I just selected books and I am just making search. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, so let me go to books again and let me search. I just want to search all the books, right? So let's say what is it is giving us, right? So we have the book listed over here, right? So basically the point over here is we can either have the product name or product category as search, and then the very common another very common filter is the price range, right? So we can select, let me go to Flipkart. See over here we have the price range. Based on the price range we can display the product list, right? And all these parameters are actually option. If any one of these is passed, that is good enough for a product to be searched, right? So let's implement this. Let's go to SSMS and let's see what do we have in our product table, right? So let me see this. Let me select this, right? And we have this many columns, right? So let's create the procedure DBO. Let me give it a name. Let me give it the name USP underscore search product, right? Which will have certain parameters, right? Like say first one is the product name, and let me go ahead and see what do we have, the product name type and length, because I want to make it exactly the same as table, because that's a part of good practice, right? So product name is of and let me take this all actually, and price, let me take this all, let me put it down over here. I'll prefix all this with this, right? And instead of not null we would say it is null actually. So if it is passed we will use that in filter, if it is not passed we will not use it in filter. Simple thing, right? And price, here we'll say minimum price, right? And we will say maximum price, right? As of now we are keeping this many parameters as begin and end. So let me control X, let me move this over here, and let me also write down column name, as select star is not a good thing. And let's follow the best practice over here on, right? And then let's list down ID, then product name, then product category, then price, then discount PCT, and is active is okay, right? So what we will be doing actually, we will only search those products which are is active, right? So let me put that condition first only, where is active is equal to 1, right? So let me say we are saying okay, good. Last comma over here is not required. Let me just create this SP and let me execute it. right? So it is giving us currently everything because we haven't specified any filter, right? So next would be if any one of these parameters is passed, the filter should work based on that. So let me make this, let me just have the parameter on product name it's first. So here we will say and we will say product name is equal to, see, oh, we will use coalesce to make a dummy condition. I'll tell you what exactly this is meant. So let me alter this, right? So what we are doing over here if you are not aware about coalesce, coalesce will return the first not null value, and coalesce can accept multiple values. So if this is null, it will return this. If this is not null, then it will return this only, right? And ideally it should not be equal to, actually we should have like statement over here. I think it will work this way, right? So this will be, if this is null, then this like statement will work on product name itself. So basically some product like some product, right? Maybe iPhone like iPhone, parlay like parlay, right? Whatever it is, Samsung like Samsung. So it will make a dummy condition in case of product name parameter is null. So let's see it by example. So let me go ahead and run this. Let me just pass it, iPhone, or maybe I can just pass phone, right? Then it is giving us two results. Very good. iPhone and Sony headphones. Right? It is giving us the uh, both results. Very good. Right. Now let's similar way add the category as well. And we will say, we will category, we will use the exact, because consider that we have drop down that to be selected, you know from the screen, and that will have the exact name. So here we don't need to use like. Here we can say just product category, and here we can say product category, right? So let me go ahead and run this, compile this basically, and this time first parameter we want to pass it null, and second parameter, let me see what do we have in product. uh, Let me go to and which all product category we have. So okay, let me take footwear, right? So is the second parameter will pass footwear. Okay, excellent. It is not working. Yeah, because product name, product category, if it is product category, oh yeah, because this should also be category. I missed it. Let me run this and let me run this now, right? So it is searching well, right? So this time it is not taking product name because it was null. It is, so basically this condition is kind of obsolete, or eliminated, right? Let me try one more. Right, electronics. So we have this many electronic product. In that also, let's say we want a specific text. Let's say LAP, laptop. Let's say what do we get? So we get one laptop, right? So we can, if you are specifying the parameter, it will use it. If you are not specifying the parameter, it will not use it. So coalesce will be a key factor in working on such queries, right? Optional parameter and use of coalesce, we can avoid this. Otherwise we would have write lot of if else in condition, or we might have to use the dynamic query, which is not advisable at all, right? Using now, let's do the same for minimum price and maximum price. So we'll say and coalesce. We will say, oh no, we will say here we have actually the column name, so it should be price, right? Minimum price, that means we should have greater than equal to, and then we should have this coalesce, and we will replace it with this, right? And this would be again price. And at the same time, let's add the condition for max price also, which would be less than equal to max price, right? So now we have filters on for all. Let me let me go ahead and run this. So let me go ahead and so let's try different variations. Let me pass this as null. So we have handful of data. So we have electronics item with good amount of data. Let me add the price range filter also. So here we have 8,000 and 12,000. So let me make it 8,000 as the maximum price, and maybe 15,000 as the minimum price, and 15,000 maybe as the max price. So ideally this should appear and this should appear, these two records, right? Yeah, the price range is too high, right? So okay, exactly. So Sony headphones and Dell monitors, with this it is working. Now we should be ideally able to pass only the minimum price also. Let's say 20,000. I want to search product above 20,000 rupees. Then this is also working, right? It is 75,000, 65,000, 55,000. That 8,000 and 12,000 product did not appear, right? That's what we see it over here, right? So excellent. Now let me try one more. Let me have this range as 25,000, and let me this as maybe 1 lakh, right? And let me not specify category this time, right? I just want the price range. Then we have also products coming in the price range, right? 75,000 is done. Let me lower this price a little bit, 5,000, and let's see if that is working. Yeah. So we have a wider range of products now, right? So basically we created a simple store procedure using optional parameter. Again, a very important concept of store procedures, right? And using coalesce, we smartly avoided multiple if else, right? So whatever parameter is passed, that parameter will be used in the query. If not passed, it will not be used. And this way we can avoid multiple ifs, writing multiple store procedures, right? We can just handle all these filter scenarios in one store procedure itself, right? So this is commonly used in any, not only just e-commerce, wherever you have optional parameters, and wherever you have basically a screen where user can select the filters, and based on the filters user can search the data, basically not just product, that can be any data, right? So use these two important concept: optional parameter and conditional condition. Basically this is right, using coalesce. So you can pause the video and look at this code, and you can learn from over here how you can smartly write a less code that achieves big, right? Otherwise you would have lot of if and else condition over here, right? So here we have four parameters which all are marked as optional, and we can use it based on our need. Anything can be passed to the store procedure, and it will ultimately return the results. And this is a very very very, I would say, common scenario in any e-commerce application, and not just in e-commerce application. It is very common to others application also, right? So this is a very nice example. I hope you like this. And that's it in this video. See you in the next video. Thanks a lot guys for watching the video.